So the 4 Ps of effective meetings: purpose, participants, plan, and process. So purpose, it needs to be a legitimate reason for calling a meeting. So this could be generating ideas for a project, discussing pros and cons of potential solutions, gaining employee input and buy-in for a program, deciding on a strategy for a particular course of action. You really should be evaluating whether the meeting should be held based on these elements. I also want you to think about, do I need to call the meeting or can I walk over to someone's desk? Is it something that can be done via email? A lot of people waste a lot of time in meetings. You've got to make sure that you're not one of those people. The participants. You've got to make sure you've got the right people there. So those who have a stake in the outcome, those who own the problem, those affected, subject matter experts, ideas people, problem solvers, outsiders. It depends on who you need in that room. Often you'll invite everyone under the sun. You don't want to do that. Look at the meeting invite and go, okay, who needs to be there, who is required, and who is optional. Really use that optional button that you'll have in your meeting invites. It's pointless trying to bring everyone there because too many cooks are going to spoil your delicious broth. Plan your meeting out. What time is it? So making sure it's the right time zone for people who are having to join in internationally. Right place, so you've got enough seats, people are able to get there, and the equipment. If people are going to need to write on things, make sure you give them pens, pencils, printouts, etc. Prepare and circulate the agenda. Make sure this is out a couple of days beforehand so people know what's coming. People who need to speak at the meeting, make sure you give them an extra heads up. And it's all well and good to attach the agenda to an email, but make sure you, in the email, put out a couple of the key points in there as well. Consult with the participants before the meeting and decide on any decision-making processes that need to happen. So the process of the meeting. Review past progress and clarify the purpose of the meeting. Establish ground rules to denote progress and ideas and what you're going to be doing. Summarize meeting accomplishments and review assignments, and close the meeting with clear actions and responsible people. I want to touch on that one at the end. You'll have someone taking minutes. Inevitably in your first couple of years, it'll be you. If it's not you, volunteer. Volunteer to take minutes in meetings, and you'll be surprised at how many high-level meetings you can get to if you're the one taking the minutes. As part of that, at the end, you need to have those clear actions. Who is responsible for what, and what days are they going to be done by? And make sure that you're following up with those people after the meeting so those actions are actioned and people achieve what they need to achieve. So meeting behaviours. Encouraging, listening behaviours, supporting people, staying on track, timekeeping. This is a big one if you're chairing that meeting, just making sure that you're gently nudging people along, reminding them of the time. Encourage discussion. If there's people not talking, bring them into the discussion. Posing solutions rather than problems, taking notes, sharing the notes, and clarifying any potential issues. If you're taking the minutes and you're unsure of a particular issue, ask questions. Make sure that you capture it perfectly. Discouraging behaviours. Talking too much and being the center of attention, dominating, criticizing ideas, getting off track, complying, relying on memory instead of writing things down, and not asking questions. The big one I want to talk about there is that criticizing and just saying, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. You don't want to pose problems, you really want to pose solutions. One of the key things that you're going to need to remember as a new grad is don't come to your managers with problems, come to them with solutions. So don't say, oh, I'm not sure about this, or I don't know about this. Go, okay, I'm unsure. What could possibly be a solution to this problem? And go with them with the solution. Oh, listen, there's been an issue with how we keep our Excel documents. However, I remember back in university and we used to do this. Do you think that's a good idea? Either yes or no, and that's fine. They're going to love you if you're bringing them solutions rather than problems.